Hi, this is James Maroney from First Choice College, and in this month's edition of the First Choice 5, it's supposed to be college planning in 5 minutes or less. This is going to be about an 8-minute video, but we're going to review with you how to get your PSAT scores and then what to do with those scores to prepare for the SAT.
Get your scores, you'll start by going to collegeboard.org. There you'll need to enter your username and password. If you're not sure of your username, you can click on Forgot Username, and then when you need to enter in the email, I would recommend using your school email since most schools will register you for the PSAT. Once you've entered that, you click Sign In, and then you'll be brought to the welcome page. There you'll want to click on PSAT NMSQT, and that's how we're going to go view your scores. So once you're there, you'll see the PSAT scores. Right now you're looking at SAT because this is a student from last year. Your most recent scores are on the top. And so your PSAT scores will be on the top, and then you'll click on View Details. When you click on View Details, you'll see your total score, and this is out of, now the SAT goes out of 1600, but the PSAT only goes out of 1520. It goes up to 760 in each section, and that's because it doesn't have all of the content that's on the SAT, so the 800 level questions aren't on the PSAT. And then you'll see you have an evidence-based reading and writing score and a math score, which combine to give you your total score. 1070 on the SAT, so 1070 out of 1600 is about the national average. This is probably slightly above the national average for PSAT, but very close, right in that neighborhood. What you're going to want to do now is click Download Report. The reason is this will download your report as a PDF so you can save it if you needed to email it to anyone so that they can look it over and review it, and then you can keep it on your computer. It also organizes the information, I think, in a little better way. So we click Download Report, and then the first page of the PDF is just going to be the name. The second page of the PDF, we're seeing our scores again, but here you're also seeing what you get, your evidence-based reading and writing score. They give you a score on the SAT from 10 to 40, on the PSAT from 8 to 36 on each, the reading and the writing. Those are added together and multiplied by 10 to give you that score out of, which you see here, that 530. So the 26 plus 27 times 10. You'll also see the subscores, and these are really helpful in trying to generate a preparation plan. And we'll actually go later on when it gives you the question by question breakdown, and you'll get back your test so that you'll be able to review the questions that you had wrong and hopefully understand why you had them wrong. And so looking here through the subscores, you'll see the command of evidence, and those are two-part questions. Words in context, so that's a lot of those are when they give you this line most nearly means following best captures the meaning of the word. So, well, it doesn't specifically test obscure vocabulary. They do test the vocabulary words within the context of a passage. Standard English conventions is basically that's grammar and testing the grammar. Heart of algebra is the largest part of the test, and so that's where this student needs to do the most work. Problem solving and data analysis. A lot of times if this is low, it's because the student needs to know some of the definitions. They need to review some of the definitions from statistics and how to apply those. And then passport to advanced math, those are the more advanced questions. So looking here, the student would need to do some review on words in context, some grammar review as well. That would be on the reading and the writing. And then the heart of algebra, which is the linear equations, ratios and proportions, and systems of linear equations. That's where this student would want to start with their review. And then we'll go, the next page gives you your index, and that it adds these numbers together, the 26, 27, and 27, and then multiplies them by 2. And that's how you get your NMSC selection index. Now, last year, in order to be a national merit commended, you needed a 211 as your selection index. And for Connecticut last year, in order to become a semifinalist, and this varies by the state, you needed a 221 on your selection index to become a national merit semifinalist. Now, really, the only reasons the colleges will see your scores are if you're a national merit semifinalist or commended or a national merit finalist. And so the main purpose of the PSATs, well, besides that national merit scholarship, is to get you ready for the SAT. So now let's go. The next page gives us the question level feedback. And so you can go through here and see the check if you had it right. If you had it wrong, it's the letter, and that's what your answer was. So you'll want to go over, and especially on the math and review. And you'll see here, this student had 3 in a row of the problem solving and data analysis. So they definitely would be reviewing some of those definitions and making sure they understand the two-way tables and then the statistics. Here, as you go through, these are the different codes for the question types. So the top is COE, command of evidence. And so you see questions 2 and 3 in the reading, they had both wrong. So the first one is an analysis type question, and then the second one would be supporting that. And we'll look through here. There's another command of evidence. You see another pair of the command of evidence questions. The first one doesn't say anything, but numbers 8 and 9, again, how do you approach those two-part questions? That's something they would want to review. Down there, they had the evidence portion right, but the analysis question wrong. And then down near the bottom, they again had 2 sets of 2 of those command of evidence questions wrong. So this student can use some review in that approaching those command of evidence questions. We can do the same, looking through again. The math does go in the order of difficulty, so getting the harder ones wrong, well, these are medium, but they are problem solving and data analysis, and you see it's only 2 out of the 3 stars. So this student most likely just needs some definition review because he or she did get more of the harder questions correct. So there's some skill gap there that we would need to review with this student. And that's how you can look at your scores to try to understand them, try to understand how to use them for your SAT. Check out our blog post where we list some of the score ranges of some of the Connecticut schools, but we also can show you how to find those score ranges so you can compare where your scores would put you for the schools that you're interested in applying to. That's been this month's First Choice 5, and we look forward to hopefully you subscribe to our podcast because we have a great interview coming up the end of this month, especially if you're interested in dance programs. We interviewed David Dorfman, who is a full professor of dance at Connecticut College, and he gives a lot of great tips. So thanks for watching and have a great day.